Precipitated sulfur. It is a fine, amorphous form of sulfur produced through chemical precipitation. It does not have any taste and has no odor to mild sulfur odor. Physical characteristics. Precipitated sulfur is a fine, white or pale yellow powder. Chemical characteristics. This chemical is amorphous, non-crystalline, structure with soft and light weight compared to crystalline sulfur forms. Solubility. Precipitated sulfur is insoluble in water, slightly soluble in olive oil, and very slightly soluble in alcohol. Precipitated sulfur compounding. Before discussing the compounding of precipitated sulfur, it is essential to first understand the concept of levigation of precipitated sulfur. Levigation process of precipitated sulfur. Levigation is a process used to further refine precipitated sulfur by wet grinding and sedimentation to obtain an even finer, smoother, and more uniform particle size. This is particularly important in pharmaceutical applications where ultrafine sulfur is required for better absorption and skin adherence. Agents used in the process of levigation called levigating agents. Levigating agents. They are liquids used to reduce particle size and improve the smoothness and homogeneity of solid powders, like precipitated sulfur, during compounding. They help create a fine, uniform paste by wet grinding, making the powder easier to incorporate into ointments, creams, or suspensions. Levigating agents used in precipitated sulfur levigation are alcohol, ethanol or isopropyl alcohol, glycerin, triethanolamine oleate. Precipitated sulfur indications. Number 1. Antifungal effects. Precipitated sulfur exerts its mechanism of action through the keratolytic effect by breaking down keratinized skin layers which eventually lead to destruction of fungal spores on the skin. Number 2. Scabicidal effect. Precipitated sulfur concentrations ranging from 2% to 10% has been used for centuries for the treatment of scabies. Precipitated sulfur exerts its scabicidal effects by two mechanisms. 1. Keratolytic effects. 2. Direct scabicidal properties. Keratolytic effects, peeling action, of precipitated sulfur. Precipitated sulfur reacts with skin keratin producing hydrogen sulfide which leads to 1. Softens and loosens the stratum corneum, outer skin layer. 2. Helps expel embedded mites and eggs by shedding infected skin. 3. Reduces burrow formation, where mites lay eggs. 2. Direct scabicidal properties, direct killing of Sarcoptes scabii mites. Precipitated sulfur denatures proteins in the mite's exoskeleton and cellular structures which leading to 1. Disruption of metabolic enzymes. 2. Inhibition of respiration, sulfur interferes with mitochondrial function. 3. Paralysis and death of mites and eggs. Compounding formulation of precipitated sulfur for scabies. Compounding precipitated sulfur for scabies involves preparing a customized medication, typically an ointment, containing 2% to 10% precipitated sulfur in a suitable base, for example petrolatum. This compounding formulation includes 1. Active ingredient. Precipitated sulfur is preferred over sublimed sulfur due to its finer particle size, which improves skin penetration and reduces irritation. 2. Bases. Petrolatum, Vaseline, which is occlusive and good for dry skin. You can see the list of ingredients and their amount in below table. Required amount of precipitated sulfur as an active ingredient is 6 grams. Vaseline is base in this formulation which is quantity sufficient to 100 grams. Compounding procedure. 1. Measure the exact amount of precipitated sulfur. 2. Transfer the measured amount of precipitated sulfur into a mortar. 3. Use a pestle to grind the sulfur into a fine powder. 4. Add 6 ml of a levigating agent, for example, glycerin, almond oil, or olive oil, for the levigation process. 5. Fully levigate the mixture to form a fine, even paste. Ensure thorough levigation for a smooth, lump-free consistency. 6. Use a clean spatula and transfer all levigated sulfur to the container. 7. Incorporate Vaseline into the levigated sulfur, adjusting the quantity to yield a final product of 100 grams. 8. Thoroughly mix Vaseline and levigated sulfur mixture until a homogeneous, smooth paste is obtained. Last step, tightly seal the container. Label it with a list of all ingredients in descending order of concentration. Administration of topical sulfur. Apply sulfur ointment all over your body from the neck down to the soles of the feet, and leave it on overnight. Rinse off, and reapply similarly for 3 consecutive days. Repeat application in 7 to 14 days. How to store precipitated sulfur. Store it in airtight, non-reactive containers. Keep it cool, dry, and away from light and heat. Separate it from oxidizers and flammables. Important notes. Avoid contact with eyes and mucous membranes. Frequent use of this product may irritate the skin. Contact with metallic surfaces may cause discoloration of the metal.
Thanks for watching. If you found this helpful, hit the like button and please subscribe to get future video lessons.